What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Okay. Into the fun here we are. Squirrel Squad ATK. Squirrel Squad need to get a hot start on this one because they got stumped on their own map pick of Inferno, and they would very much like to turn that tide, John.
Oh, yeah, there's absolutely no doubt. I mean, 60 ended up stepping up towards the latter part of that map. 17 frags and 92.5 ADR, but everyone else was pretty much invisible for the majority of it. So there's going to have to be a lot more coming through here from the Squirtle Squad side. Very slow start to this round. MisteM patiently waiting for pushes to potentially come through here from the A ramp. In the meantime, Squirtle Squad leaning a little bit towards B, but more so at mid. They got a couple of players here, and one is already pushing up. That is bwills, trying to find some space towards underpass. As it stands, ATK not really moving a muscle. Very patient play from both sides.
Flash brings up. Take in towards mid. A little bit of swings, a little bit of pokes, a little bit of prods. Somehow no casualties just yet. Though Cynic's not looking great in the health department.
Very slow pistol round, Mike.
I think this is going to turn into a B pop.
Yeah.
Without the pop. We got one flash still on MisteM. So actually there's the pop. Never mind. Didn't really work. That's okay. George with his dualies. His favorite gun. Oh, he's got one. Looking for more. Not going to get more. So 2 players lost. A third as well. And this is looking pretty dang good for a pistol round for ATK.
Made it look easy. Wow. I thought George was going to get a second one, to be quite honest, once he found the first one, was peeking around bench, but Bowden got a wicked shot, was just ready and lined up for exactly that peek to come through. And ATK take care of business, 1-0, exactly like the way Inferno started. ATK having that convincing pistol round victory. I shouldn't say convincing, actually, because on Inferno it was a 1v3, but it was a nice clutch that came through, so, to say the least. MisteM and MisteM are going to be pushing through here in towards mid. Flashbang is going to get tossed on forward. Lots of presents for the ATK boys, and Squirtle Squad only have the pistols, dry pistols. USPs for 4 players and a P250 in 60's hands. The only money spent into the round is said P250. ATK pushing up towards Cat. Flashbang going to get tossed into ladder room. Bowden just clearing that up for good measure, and he's going to hold this angle for a little bit. Perhaps just have a peek into jungle, excuse me.
They might be rocking into this stack, John.
Maybe.
This could get kind of interesting. They've found all this space towards A, though. So certainly the teammates have to be coming. Yo, A is completely clear. We're in spawn. And indeed, they are going to rotate. Okay, good read from ATK. I was worried for a moment that they would just make the decision to...
commit, yeah.
Just do it anyway. I'm even a bit nervous about them rotating the bomb through mid as opposed to spawn. But hey, it's going to work out just fine because they kill everybody.
Only 1 casualty so far. It was MisteM in the previous round. Everyone else is still feeling pretty comfortable here. ATK just... I don't know. They look ready to go. Like, not missing a beat here. And the Squirrel Squad. Well, let's see if this round changes things, right? We got the rifles up and running. A1Ss across the board for Squirtle Squad. And a good chunk of utility. Oh, they're sending 3 players into window. One goes to jungle. The other one tries to peek around window. That's JazzPimp. He gets greeted by a bullet the minute he turns the corner. And now one other player's stuck here. That's George and Connector. He gets sprayed down. 60 with a response, but so far so good for ATK once more. Man advantage, and now they're pressuring from both the A site and mid. They don't even have an idea that Fady is on the site here. And he should be able to punish if he's even needed to, because Swisher just gets 60 taken down with the nade toss.
Yeah, who needs a punish when you've already killed everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just coming up roses for ATK at every twist and turn. Okay, something for Cynic. They overlook him in towards window, but there's still 2 players mid, so it should be recoverable. And indeed, oh, well, that gets interesting.
Oh.
The jump out the window gives back the advantage here, and it's all going to be on the bwills. They've worked their way in. Oh, he's going to be checking for this now, though. That's going to be a freebie, and now one more needed. This was so much control for ATK, and it's gone completely haywire. And now Bowden actually does need to risk getting into those sight lines to get the bomb. What a nice round from bwills. ATK should have had that one wrapped up with a bow, but the overlook of the player in towards window just sees everything unravel.
That's really strange for ATK, because honestly, I thought the mistake in the round was made by the Squirtle Squad when Cynic just jumped out for no apparent reason. He didn't have to. He's taking the risk trying to look for an underpass player, and he ends up going down before his feet hit the ground. But then bwills, yeah, like you said, they overlooked a ladder room, overlooked where he could possibly be, and then he gets one, and afterwards the bomb is down in mid. When the player goes to recover it, it's over. bwills managed to steal one away for the Squirtle Squad with a 3K performance in that round. George? Waiting a connector now. Molotov is going to be landing right at his feet, but it shouldn't be able to do any damage to him unless he walks too close, which won't be the case. Cxzi, the first casualty in the round, though, to Fady. That was at the A site. I believe, Mike, unless the X is lying to me on this right now.
They are. There's 2 that lie to you on the A site. They're just here. They're ghosts.
That's what I was
Just to keep you on your
wondering.
toes, John. Just to keep you on your toes. They've been here since the beginning. Apparently, they're just haunting us. Phantoms. Bomb has gone down, though. Atk.MisteM will attempt this retake. It's not a retake. That is going to work. Cynic is gotten that kill. Okay, so that allows him the chance of the save. He's going to the SMG. Playing gun game here, apparently. Looking for the gun he actually does want. Oh, no, that's Galil. Man, he's just really not turning up too well on the gun gaming.
All right.
Better than an MP9, I guess.
I suppose. Is that an AK down on Ken?
Yeah, I think he's going to wait for this bomb to go off and then get it. There we go. That's the gun he was looking for this whole dang time.
Had to play, like you said, gun game with all the guns he picked up, but finally ends up on his prize. The AK in his hands. But ATK, they've got that 3rd round. They isolated the round victory for the Squirtle Squad, and the money is actually not too great on their side. So Cynic likely only going to bring the AK around what will be pistols for Squirtle Squad. I mean, ATK just looks so comfortable right now.
Yeah, they are, frankly, this is a technical term, John, curb stomping Squirtle Squad a little bit.
Yeah.
We need to see a bit more. Yes, it's so early down in this half, but it was the same thing on Inferno, right? We just need to see a little more from Squirtle Squad to start to believe that they can really make something of this game. Because right now, it's unusual. It just looks like pound for pound, individually and as a team, Squirtle Squad are just kind of not with it right now. And ATK are not giving them the kind of gaps that you can exploit if you're not playing good CS. And right now, ATK are going to find a free and clear site, and that's just going to suit them just fine. Okay, sure.
Round's over.
Will plant this bomb. We will happily see through this round. See you next time.
Yeah. 4-1 for ATK. Just feels like another day at the office for ATK. I mean, I don't know what, like you said, Mike, it's just Squirrel Squad are out of it. I mean, this time, admittedly, just took a gamble. Yeah, a little bit of a fight there, but Cxzi will get dropped by Swisher. Cynic, losing this AK is actually really bad. He should just step away from this. His team tell him, just get away. Don't go into here. You could go down. It would be a bad idea, and he does.
There's just nothing to gain.
No, there
There's
isn't.
0 to gain. I mean, the economic damage of 1 extra kill just does not really matter. And fortunately, he will be able to keep that AK up. So that's nice.
Yes, he went right back into CS1. Someone must have said something like, hey, don't do that, please. We need this gun.
Opening pick for Bowden. Not starting off well here already for the Squirtle squad. And the second one goes down. And this one is looking a little disastrous, and this round's over. Okay.
What
all
is
right.
going on,
20
Mike?
seconds in, and this should already be a save. 100%. MOTM's going to get naded. That's something, at least. So I guess they're going to go ahead and give this the try. But now it's a 1v3. And again, should be a save.
Should. Won't be. bwills is taking this fight. He's going to try and push in towards Fady, and Fady takes a perfect angle. Just go on the other side of the broken wall and towards CT. And, well, bwills has nowhere to go but down. To the ground. Bowden takes care of that with the AWP. A 2K for Bowden in the round, and no save comes through. I don't know, Mike. I'm at a loss. I don't know how to break these rounds down because ATK is playing good CS. There's no question. It's just fundamentally sound, but Squirtle Squad can't even respond at all. Like,
they're on a different level right now. I mean,
Yeah.
decidedly. I think that we are both seeing a very put together, polished ATK, and we are
Of course,
seeing one
which
of
is the
the
usual.
worst looks from Squirtle Squad that we've had recently. Got to imagine it's just, travel fatigue
Has
factoring
to
in
be.
here for Squirtle
Has to
Squad. It's just, both teams were at the event, so there's not really an excuse for that. But I understand. Can be difficult, especially if you're not used to such a thing. bwills going to try and make this round interesting. A deeg shot would be a hack away for them to get back into this. But losing that one should mean that there's not really too many teeth in this round, unless C hits a nutty clip here from Catwalk. This should not be retrievable, and he won't even get to pull the trigger. So, okay. Another round that's mostly clean for ATK, and the money is starting to stack up there. Fady's got 12K before investing into utility in this round, and they're just... I mean, this looks like a walk in the park, John. This is not the match I expected to get tonight.
No, me neither. I looked at the lineup. I obviously looked at the matchup, and I said, wow, this is going to be really close. We're going to have perhaps a couple of 30-rounders on our hands. But no, that is definitely not the case. At least not yet. Look, there's still time for the Squirrel Squad to wake up here. Get back into the action. But, I mean, ATK came here to play. They want to win and take this one away. This is... Look, if you're watching the Squirrel Squad for the first time, and you haven't seen them before, they are far better than this. There's just no two ways about it.
Shots traded. Advantage for Squirtle Squad. Haven't been able to say that in a while, and it doesn't last very long. But still, it does represent an opportunity, and cxzi will capitalize. Here we go. Swisher trying to come out. They want to accelerate the pace. They want to get fast with this. And as the smoke fades in towards stairs, this could get wild and weird. MOTM spotted one after having already killed another. And it's going to come down to MOTM in a clutch. MOTM and cxzi. 4 letters in each of their names. But only 3 kills in the game for cxzi. There we go. A clutch. Finally gets Squirtle Squad back on the board. Signs of life. A pulse found here, gentlemen. An investment will come through, but it is going to be a tough situation for Squirtle Squad with only one surviving. They're going to kind of need to win this, or it's going to get even worse.
Yeah, and not exactly a convincing round victory when you find the first 2 frags in the round, and it comes down to a 1v1. So still a lot to prove for Squirtle Squad. cxzi, luckily for them, was able to clutch out that 1v1 with, as you mentioned, 3 kills. Fady charging out here, looking for first contact. cxzi gets flashed out, and a little bit of utility damage taken, down to 74. As JazzPimp and Cynic look for opening frags. Cynic's actually going to find it onto MOTM. So again, helping his squad out, giving them the advantage. Looking for another one on the pre-fire, doesn't find that, and eventually will fall off here. Just throw a ton of utility and force ATK back, who are going to readjust. A couple of players rotating back in through T-spawn, and cxzi gets the other op activated with a headshot onto Fady, so the overkill is good for another. And here's another 5v3 edge, Mike.
Yeah, the shots missed. The shots missed, and the first kill comes back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can't be given these opportunities back in. They need to zero this round out. George is going looking. George might find contact with the sandwich player. MisteM's worked his way in. That's might throw George out. The flashbang's there, but the kill is not. Uh-oh.
No.
major trouble. They've lost their presence in mid, but it's just going to be down to bwills. A clutch required, the bomb ticking away, and bowden is posted. His next shot determines the round. And with that, Squirtle Squad are reset. The money is in the dumpster. ATK right back in the driving seat.
5v3, Mike. 5v3. Pulled back by Bowden, Swisher, and MisteM. Bowden with a 3K. He jumps up to double digits at 11 frags, leads the server with that number. And ATK, 5-round lead of isolated both round victories that came through from the Squirtle Squad. And look at their buy-up. It's just pistols, because those victories came at a very high price each time. All right, here comes a quick execute from ATK. They're trying to bully Squirrel Squad at this point. Maybe that's a mistake. George is going to get one. 60 another. An advantage once more, and even better. 60 popping off with the P250. Fading him.
Oh, no, not again.
Back, though, 2v2. It might happen again, Mike.
Oh, he's over the smoke. He's been spotted, and it happens again. This round, at least the excuse of the pistols, but so many advantages from Squirtle Squad just immediately being pissed away. Oh, they don't even last, John. We can't even have slow, drawn-out clutches there. It's just lickety-split, insta return, and ATK cement a 6-round lead at this point.
This is already a fantastic T side. They've taken the half as well with 8 rounds. Yeah. That's all I can say for Squirtle Squad here so far in this half. At least they're getting frags now, but the problem is they're losing these huge advantages. And like you said, was a pistol, but in that situation, usually you'll be able to pull it off.
You need a round, right?
Yeah,
who cares
exactly.
If it's a pistol or a gun round? At this point, you got to get something going. And this time, they're into a connector. All of them, at least that kill is traded.
Okay, here we go.
An advantage found as another body's dropped towards site. A bit chaotic here. There's still presence felt mid, and one out towards the firebox. Swisher's committed. The bomb, the flames get to him. No teammates close at hand. This is a rough round for ATK. I mean, they all just make the moves one by one, but the new mission for MOTM is find as many kills as you can. Which isn't too many, just the one. Finally, a round win. A convincing one at that for the Squirtle Squad as they actually make it look good. And now might actually get a chance to build something in this half.
Perhaps so. Every other time they've gotten around. What's up, Mike?
I just said please.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see them get instant reset.
You're on your knees praying something will happen here. I don't blame you. But yeah, match going to be paused here. Perhaps a timeout being called by the Squirtle Squad, realizing that every single time they've won a round, ATK have struck right back and gotten it in their favor once more. Momentum's still firmly in ATK's side, so we'll see if the Squirtle Squad can put a dent into that. Like you said, Mike, honestly, yeah, please. Let's see them come through and be a lot more competitive than they've been up to this point. George and JazzPimp want to get that mid control. They're going to double up here into window. And in fact, everyone except for bwills is hovering right around mid. 2 from connector, 2 from window. They just wanted to get that early control in case a push would come through. Yes.
John is being held for. Bowden's posted. Bowden's posted, but Cynic gets the edge. Peeking right into it. He's got the right eye advantage and online. That'll get him the edge. Nice pick here. The second one as well, as MisteM tried to swing in for the trade. Massive advantage now for the Squirtle Squad, and there we go. Might finally be time for ATK to actually eco if they lose here.
Yeah, be a first, I think, for the series.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Damage coming through. Kill from the bwills, and now it is in fact looking very comfortable. This should be a perfect situation for the squad. Fady's gone down, but not for long. His feet barely touched the dirt before he is dealt with. And that one's clean. So, okay, 3 rounds remaining in the half. There's not a lot here. But if Squirtle Squad can get all of them, if they can capitalize on this potential, they can actually make a real go of it in this game.
Now they can, yes. Let's see if they can build up a little more economy for themselves and ensure a buy-up regardless of what happens in the remaining, well, what will be 2 rounds should they take this one, and they absolutely should because of the buy-up that's coming through for ATK. P250, 3 Glocks, a Deagle, and no util, no armor. Opening frag's already been found here onto Swisher. That was a top mid. And yeah, good control, and a TK as well. MisteM just spamming away, finds his teammate. But now 2 come back for ATK. Good nade toss from bwills. I can't believe it's even gotten to this point. A 2v3, right? And, well, it should be under control from Squirtle Squad, Mike.
Should be. bwills might be about to be dead. Oh, no. Backing off on the smoke phase. This one's looking a little hopeless. And indeed, it's fine. A little riskier than they were hoping, considering
Right.
cxzi and George were down to about 20 HP between them. But they do get the round, and that's what matters. Okay.
Yeah.
Back into the fray. Investment back in for ATK. They would obviously love to get double digits here. It was 8-2. They were absolutely battering Squirtle Squad. And, well, this newly found life for the Squirtle Squad doesn't suit ATK one bit. Seems like this might be a straightforward A take. They're going to simplify things. Strip them down just a little bit. See if they can't make that work. But at least the initial lean for Squirtle Squad is very good. And ATK might be reevaluating here, seeing all this utility come through from the other side.
Not a bad decision, honestly. Just have the B anchor to deal with. I say just. It is bwills.
But if they want to fight in towards mid, there's 3 players here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a risky decision to come in towards mid late. George has got one, a second as well. And they've been costed. Bomb's been dropped. This is a great holdout from the Squirtle Squad. This mid fight is starting to become so very dangerous for ATK. They haven't gotten success there in 30 rounds. It's not going to happen here. Completely blanked. We got 1 round left in the half.
All right.
Squad. A 4-round run back.
Well, I'd like to officially welcome the Squirtle Squad to this BO3. We missed them for the first 20 or so rounds, but maybe more than that, in fact. But they are now here and ready to play. ATK just going to have to scrap together whatever they can in this round. 3 MAC-10s, the Tech-9, and the Galil on their side. Man, this is quite a recovery for the Squirtles. 4 rounds in a row, looking to make it 5 and make this half as close as it could possibly. It didn't even look like we would get this type of scoreline in the early goings. bwills and Cynic gonna get a couple. bwills pulls out Utol at a very inopportune time. Bodenmaster is able to take him down, but it still should be in control for Squirtle Squad. That said, MoTM and Boden have really good forward positioning here onto the B site. They should be overloaded by the sheer manpower that Squirtle Squad has coming in their direction. Only 59 HP remains combined for them, and, well, only MoTM down to 1v4, Mike.
This would certainly make him the man of the match, but it's not going to happen here. An execution on and a 7-8 lead to put us into the break. Okay, we've got a game here. 8-7. Squirtle Squad were looking like they frankly weren't in attendance, but apparently they just needed a map and a half to warm up, because now we've got a game on our hand. The mid fight in particular seemed to get away from ATK, and now let's see if Squirrel Squad can make this interesting. Give us a map 3. Smoke's going to be in towards A. Execute basically going to go in here right off the rip. Missed him. Looking for the fight and spotting. Oh, a ripper of a shot on a player falling out of Palace. Okay, advantage ATK. Bomb almost certainly going to be planted, but the 5-man retake will in fact have an advantage.
And a kit
Maybe
to
more.
work with. Cynic taking down to 42 HP. Nade flies through, but it's a little late. And 60 gets a frag, the first one in the post plant, in fact, onto Bowden. They're all grouped up together in the open, so it's a chance for ATK to strike, but Squirrel Squad not letting them do so. JazzPimp with 2 more. Cynic dropping fade. He only MOTM left, and he kisses the dirt. 60 finds himself a 2K, and the Squirtle Squad have tied things up. Coming back, Mike, from down 8-2. They have won 6 in a row.
Well, now. This round is definitely dangerous, though. Scout out, Deegs out. We know what that can mean for ATK. Swisher going to be doing the catwalk. Thomas, he's spotted a player, but can't track through the smoke, and he might actually be down for the count indeed. They chase. Nearly find. Don't quite have it, so the rifle will live to fight another day, and it's time for a reposition and a rotate here from ATK.
Flashbang going to be tossed there towards Cat. Squirrel Squad trying to deal with the force buy here of ATK, but so far they've been on the worst end of the damage that's been delivered. And now Bowden gets the opener. Bowden looking for a second. No, traded up by Cynic, and that should be B under the control of the Squirtle Squad. They still have a player to worry about in Swisher here, I think, towards the B site. And yeah, Swisher will be by his lonesome since Fady was just spammed through the wall by bwills. ATK could be on for the save now.
Would make a lot of sense. Scout's useful. Deeg's useful. Armor, very useful. They're not going to have anything else to invest into this round, so they will go ahead and withdraw. I just live to fight another day. MisteM willing to stick a little bit more close since he just does have the Deeg. Would love to take a gun to the next. But I don't think Squirtle Squad's going to give him an opportunity. And that's going to be a lead for Squirtle Squad. Holy calzone, how this one has turned.
A little unbelievable, honestly, Mike. Squirrel Squad finally showing signs of life and more. And should we get onto Ancient? I think that's where it could get very, very spicy indeed, because we already talked about the fact that Squirrel Squad have the advantage there in terms of the number of times they've played it over the last 3 months versus ATK, who don't really play it. You did mention, though, of course, the last time ATK and Squirrel Squad faced off against each other, they played on Ancient and ATK won. So perhaps those stats not relevant in a match between these two squads on Ancient. We'll have to see if we get there. Not a foregone conclusion just yet. ATK likely going to see this round to the Squirtle Squad, though, because they just have the pistols again coming through. Couple saved over from the previous round. There is the scout that Swisher connects onto bwills with. Do a little bit of damage, but at the end of the day, it's just a bit of damage. Speaking of which, Bowden gets naded down to 16. And now he's going to have to hightail out of window room.
Only concern here is well dealt with. I was going to say Swisher Scout, to be quite frank, but this is looking good. There is a flank on, and a shot from the front could delay. Bit ambitious there from MOTM to assume no one would be close at hand. He's only MisteM on this flank, and he will get nothing done out of it. Not a kill to be found. Nicely executed there from the Squirtle Squad. They deal with the easy rounds at the beginning of this half, but those easy rounds put them nicely in the lead. Now the question is, what do they do against the hit? And did MOTM just accidentally buy a Mag 7? Yes, he did. So that's a little bit of money wasted here, John.
Indeed. More than a little. He's down to $50 as a result. And I think it hurt his utility because he just has a couple of flashbangs and a smoke instead of having the nade as well, or perhaps the incendiary. George gonna be walking in through connector, or walking around connector. MisteM's gonna take him down, and Bowden peeks around from ladder and drops Cynic. First 20 seconds, and MisteM's found a third. Finally a response from bwills, but it's only himself and JazzPimp left. And JazzPimp's gone by the wayside. bwills peeks around, and the round is already over. Less than 30 seconds into it, ATK have awoken.
Okay, ATK are in the second half. So they got the rounds off the pistol, but slightly stiffer competition. Investment will come through there, but 4 players surviving for ATK is really quite a good showing for them. Very nice start to this half, and unfortunately, it does seem like we have a timeout through. Let's see what kind of timeout that is. Uh-oh. It's the bad kind. So I'm just going to get ahead of this, John.
Yes.
And I'm going to try and fix this right now. Right here and now. You ready? We're going to take a break. And when we come back, hopefully this issue will be resolved. Let's do it. Well, now. Nice little pause there. Nice little break. Upset the tempo. 1 round on for ATK, and then the pause did come through, so maybe that will cool them on down. You can see the body crumpled and spawn for them. A little reset for that. Summoning up our undefined monsters. But it has finally gotten rid of the random corpses on A, so hey, we're coming out ahead. That's all I'm hearing, John.
Indeed we are. So is Squirtle Squad. Up 10-9 now, despite the fact that ATK just won that previous round in pretty decisive fashion. George is spinning around. He's trying to get himself hyped up. And here we go. Let's see if all that energy can be exerted into the round and give Squirtle Squad the edge they're looking for.
Undefined isn't real. Undefined can't hurt you, John.
I was going to say the same thing.
Might need a little bit of a mini-map refresh there, but we'll get that in a
yeah.
sec. In the meantime, Bowden Master's come and look and see if he can't start the party. There's a lot of util being thrown in towards B, but at least for the moment, Bowden is not flinching, and that's correct. They're coming his way, and there's a freebie. That's the bomb dropped as well. That'll bring his rotation back in. Maybe a little late, but just in the time comes Beatty. Gets one. Bowden, come on in. Come on in. Give me the shot. Give me the angle. And he's got it. Bomb down. Committed in towards the site. Cynic gets a kill on Catwalk, but it's not for long. What a round for Bowden. And he is truly the master of this one. All on to JazzPimp. He's going to need to play some jazz to make some sweet, sweet music to have a hope at this. And Bowden will put him down for his 4th kill of the round.
What a round from Bowden. He is very good with that AWP. As he put on display there, just isolating the 1v1s. And I mean, the shot on 6, was pretty impressive. Tracked him well through the air. Realized that 6 was trying to escape by throwing that smoke. And everything gravy for ATK, who tie up the scoreline once more, 10-10. And money has run out for the Squirtle squad. They are just going to be on a pistol buy-up. Going to be a P250, a Tech 9, 3 Glocks, and only 1 player on armor. That's 60. Is this round going to be restarted? I think it is. I'm not sure. Looks like everyone's just dancing around in spawn here on the Squirtle squad. Are they just fooling around, Mike? I'm not entirely sure. Saw a knife.
I mean, with this team, knifing somebody in spawn could still be a live round, and it looks like it. So it is a little tough to read. 6E is a little tough to be goner. And yeah, it seems like we're getting a round out of this. Fady, well, give up.
That was weird.
Rifle. Swisher's bringing it back. I mean, we've had substantially less of these shenanigans lately.
Yes.
But apparently shenanigans still do creep through. Swisher hit bold on that hunt, but MOTM close in hand means that he will live. He will not die. He will not be dropped, and ATK will pull into the lead.
I thought for once I was ahead of a dead round, but it wasn't the case. ATK, like you said, getting the lead again, 11-10. And now the Squirtle squad, likely the shenanigans are over. They've got the rifles out again and about half the usual utility, so they are ready to go. A little over that, actually. And they're going to throw smoke in towards window, 1 for Cat. They're looking for this quick mid control, and they might have it. No, missed him. Peeks out from underpass, gets not 1, but 2. And now a 5v3 for ATK in the opening moments of round number 22. 60's going to try and get a response. Swings around, does find it. 1, not the second on the swing to connector. Fady drops him 4v2, 4v1, and George is lost.
Unless you believe the Phantom in spawn, in which case there are 2 bombs, which would lead to a very different kind of game. Ooh, elbow spotted! But that just gives away George's position. At this point, they can wait him out. Bowden will be lost. Maybe a bit of unnecessary expense here. Got to be careful about giving George these 1v1s. But MOTM will be good for it.
No fuss, no muss in that round for ATK. They're not looking for a 13th as the Squirtle squad are back to pistols. And it feels like we're going back to the way it was at the beginning of this half, Mike, when even with the rifles in the Squirtle squad's hands, they just aren't able to do that much. 3 Tech 9s, 2 Deagles coming through for them. They will invest into a half buy. Still means that they'll be able to buy up fully in the following round. Gives them a little more hope coming into this one. Early space gained into the T apartments and leaning towards B apps. But as it stands, Squirtle squad again just in spawn, lining up util. That smoke's gonna get thrown for a window, Mike. And now they look like they want to take this mid control.
Oh, okay. bwills actually wins that duel. Thought he was a dead man. Thought he was a goner for sure. Instead, mid control is exerted. Bodies are available. And they've lost control in towards apps. They're coming up the tunnels. But if they give an audio cue, that's going to be heard by Fady. Still, it's not great positioning if this actually does turn into a B hit. Something could happen here. They're headed towards the site. This is their best possible opportunity at the round, especially with bwills still present in the window. Timing is impeccable here for Swisher, though. He's got the inkling. He's got the read. Now the utility coming out confirms it for them. And Swisher is in the perfect place to collect. That gets the bomb. Now the rotation is on. And Oh no, bwills. 1 HP. That could have been the backstab that actually enables a bomb plant instead. This is looking dire. Kill has to come through for Cynic, and it does. A chance here. A chance at the least. The rotations are on, and Swisher's denied the bomb plant. He will even try and swing for the last with 1 HP. He's still doing damage, and that's going to be the round. This one's starting to feel like it's barreling towards a quick finish.
Yes, it is. 3 more rounds, and ATK have got this one in the bag. Whereas the Squirtle Squad needs 6 just to push us to map number 3. They will have a full-on buy-up coming through here, even featuring the op in Cynic's hands. Cynic should be able to get the util, but instead favors the armor, the smoke. Okay. MLTM and Thunder Pass, and MLTM gets the opening frag. Mike6, is dropped just like that in a heap. AK upgrade available for Mr. Modem. He decides against it, wants to stick with the A1S. With all these smokes up, it makes sense. bwills, the Lone Ranger here in Palace, will be joined very shortly by the bomb carrier, George. You have to imagine anyway. Flashbang going to get tossed by George for mid, so that clears up the space for a couple of players to move up. But ATK are not showing face, and honestly, they don't have a reason to. They have the man edge. They can just wait for Squirtle Squad to come to them.
That they can. They have shown a tendency to maybe seek out some fights, though, and it seems like MOTM's at least going to go looking to see if there's something under pass. There's a player top mid. That's JazzPimp. So engagement potentially available there. Well, the Palace player will be critical. Here's the flashbang, yep, to get MOTM out. It's going to be thrown. MOTM's going to go for a little poke and prod. He's not going to see anything just yet, so we'll withdraw.
Nope. Info.
Something, certainly. 35 seconds. JazzPimp gets his first. He gets 1. JazzPimp eliminated, though. That takes out the mid presence. That's huge. Now they can focus in on this A site take as the mollies are coming out, as the utilities coming in. They're zeroing in, and this is looking disastrous. It's all under George. He's got a 1v3. He's got to even trying to get out of this door frame. That's the biggest challenge. That's the first piece of this particular puzzle, and he realizes that's hopeless, so I think this is going to turn to a T-side save. Oh, that's rough.
Oh, yeah.
For George, that's rough for Squirtle Squad in general, and that's going to be 14 for ATK.
Yeah, I mean, they got a nice opener there towards the A site. You thought maybe something can be pulled together, but no. ATK just shut the door every time they tried to come out of Palace. So the Squirtle Squad do indeed, Mike, save an AK forward, but the problem is the money's not too great. So they'll have to settle for Galils and a pistol in order to get the util up and running. So it's not too shabby of a buy. 2 AKs, 2 Galils, and a Deagle, but as mentioned, they probably want something better than that given the scoreline and the situation. MisteM. We're going to smoke towards a ramp. George, be ill-advised for him to push out here without some util. He's going to try it.
Oh, footy tips. Footy tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, spot some toes. MisteM always ready for it. I'm going to give him a little toe check. This one goes to the face. More effective that way. So, goodbye A presence. It's all into this mid push, and there's an op watching, and that's a pretty good way to watch. The swing back in's maybe a bit bold for Bodenmaster. Wasn't expecting everyone else to be behind it. And, well, now these fights are getting a little hairy, but MOTM will make sure they don't get even remotely scary.
That was a fantastic play from ATK. You have the presence on Cat. You find a frag. As soon as that happens, you swing MOTM around for the late double peek, and he does all the damage completely unexpected by the Squirrel Squad, who were so distracted by Swisher. So, 15-10 here for ATK. They have map and series point available to them. And the Squirtle Squad, well, at least with that full loss bonus, they're able to get the 4 AKs and the Galil, but the utility is so extremely light, Mike. Only a smoke, a Molotov, and 2 flashes to go for an execute here. It is not looking good.
At least JazzPimp has managed to get past this smoke without getting spammed to oblivion. But they've got Deep Apartments control. You got Swisher sitting in the kitchen. And that means you can now rotate player off because you're very confident it's not an apps play anytime soon. You've got to push in towards Palace here as well. I think Bowden's got vision there. So there's a ton of information for the CT side to work with. They're just waiting to see what happens in towards mid. Now they're a little bit overconfident, I'd say, in leaving Catwalk open, but okay. 60, I know there's a smoke there, but you do have to check if someone's not in the connector.
Yes.
And now here comes the hit in towards Apps. This is going to determine just about everything into the round. Swisher's looking for it. Swisher's got the first. Ooh, lives for the second as well. And that's a very big advantage now for Atk to work with.
Bowden, oh, could get tagged down. And he does to 18
Jungle player. He
HP.
doesn't know. He spotted it. Oh, missed opportunity. That would have been the next blow. JazzPimp could have done it. He still got the kill, though. Suddenly we got a round on our hands.
Yeah.
There's no time, though. There's only 20 seconds. Oh, no. 20 seconds. If this bomb gets dropped, it's over.
No.
It's over just based on time. bwills is a foot race. He's just got to sprint towards the
It's
site
done,
to try
Mike.
and get this C4. I don't know if he even physically possibly has
No.
enough. No, he does not. It's over. That's going to be the game. Atk win it. Atk take this series. Not a chance there for Squirtle Squad to even contest the last.
Yeah, that last round was just so strange. You felt like Squirtle Squad, excuse me, we're getting a bit of an edge, and they fell apart at the end. They couldn't get the bomb planted, didn't gain the space they needed. I don't know, Mike.
That was, I mean, yeah, I think that's a good summation. That was frankly an incredibly disappointing
Yeah.
game of CS from